Something is changing at the Dutton Ranch, again. And this time, it's not just land. It's not just power. It's not just survival. This time, it's war. Beth Dutton and Rip Wheeler, two of the most feared and unstoppable forces in the entire Dutton legacy, are about to face something that could break everything they've built. Because in episode 7, the trailer doesn't just tease conflict. It reveals a full-scale collapse of peace. At first glance, episode 7 appears calm. But that calm is deceptive. We see Beth Dutton standing on the ranch porch. Quiet. Still. Watching the horizon. But Beth is never calm without reason. She is calculating. She is waiting. Narrator, Beth Dutton does not relax, she prepares. And in this trailer, every frame suggests she already knows what's coming. Meanwhile, Rip Wheeler is seen working the ranch harder than usual. Fixing fences. Riding hard. Silent. But there's something different in his body language. He's not just working. He's bracing. Because when Rip gets quiet, trouble is already here. The trailer subtly shows broken fences, restless cattle, and distant sirens of approaching vehicles. These are not random visuals. They signal one thing: backhand index pointing right, the ranch is being watched. The turning point of the trailer comes fast. A convoy of trucks enters the edge of Dutton land. Dust rises. The camera cuts to Beth's eyes narrowing. Then Rip reaches for his weapon. Narrator, this is no longer suspicion. This is confirmation. Someone has crossed a line. But the trailer does not reveal who they are. Instead, it gives us tension, not answers. We see flashes, men arguing near the barn. A shattered windshield. A burning fence line at night. Beth walking toward danger instead of away from it. That line changes everything, because it suggests ownership is being challenged. Not just land, but legacy. Beth Dutton is not reacting emotionally in this trailer. She is strategic. We see her inside an office, pouring whiskey and making phone calls. But the most important detail? She is smiling. That dangerous Beth Dutton smile. That is not happiness. That is confidence before destruction. A quick montage shows the following: Beth confronting an unknown businessman. Beth slamming a file onto a table. Beth saying something we cannot fully hear. A man visibly shaken after speaking with her. Whatever is coming, Beth already knows how to burn it down. But here's where the twist begins: Beth is not just fighting outsiders. She is also hiding something from Rip. There is a moment in the trailer where Rip looks at Beth differently. Not lovingly. Not angrily. But suspiciously. That moment changes everything. Because in the Dutton world, trust is fragile. And even Beth Dutton is not immune. Rip Wheeler has always been the ranch's backbone. But in the episode 7 trailer, we see cracks forming. He is seen in multiple violent confrontations, pulling a man out of a truck. Throwing punches in a barn fight. This is not the calm Rip Wheeler anymore. This is a man pushed too far. And then comes the most important moment: Rip stood alone at night, staring at the ranch. No dialogue. Just silence. And then he says, "If they want this ranch, they're gonna have to come through me." That line signals escalation. Not defense. War. But the deeper question is: backhand index pointing right, who is they? The trailer hides it intentionally. Which means the enemy is either someone powerful, someone unexpected, or someone already inside the system. Every Dutton story eventually comes down to betrayal, and episode 7's trailer hints heavily at it. We see a shadowy figure watching the ranch. Documents being signed secretly. A phone call cut mid-conversation. Beth pausing before revealing information. And then the biggest clue: Rip and Beth in the same room, but not on the same side of the frame. They are together, but divided. This is not a breakup. This is a fracture forming under pressure. The trailer suggests that whatever war is coming, may not just be external. It may be internal. And that is far more dangerous. Because enemies outside the ranch can be fought. But enemies inside, they destroy everything silently. The trailer escalates into chaos, fire on the ranch at night. Horses running loose. Gunshots echoing across fields. Emergency vehicles arriving. Workers shouting and running. The Dutton Ranch is no longer stable. It is under siege. And Beth and Rip are no longer just defending land. They are defending existence. There is a chilling moment where Beth stands in front of flames, unmoving. And Rip pulls her back. But she resists. That moment says everything. Backhand index pointing right. Beth is willing to burn the bridges if necessary. Backhand index pointing right. Rip is trying to save what remains. Two forces. The trailer ends with rapid cuts, a handshake that looks like a betrayal. A gun being loaded. Beth whispering something we can't hear. Rip charging forward on horseback. A final explosion shot across the ranch's skyline. Then, silence. And one final line, but what if this new war isn't actually starting now? What if Beth Dutton already knew it was coming? And what if she never told Rip the full truth? Because there is one moment in the episode 7 trailer that fans cannot ignore. A blink and you miss it shot. Beth is standing alone beside a black SUV. No Rip. No ranch workers. No family. The trailer hides the person's face. Why? Because identity matters. And in Dutton Ranch storytelling, hidden faces usually mean one thing, a dangerous alliance. Could Beth secretly be meeting someone connected to the ranch attacks? Or worse, could she already know who is behind the war? Beth has always believed in protecting the ranch. But she also believes in winning at any cost. And sometimes, winning comes with secrets. There's another clue hidden in the trailer. Beth burns papers inside what appears to be an office fireplace. Not one page. Several. Quickly, like someone destroying evidence. Now ask yourself this, why would Beth destroy documents during a ranch crisis? Unless, those documents could change everything. Maybe contracts. Maybe land ownership records. Or maybe proof that someone inside the ranch betrayed them long ago. Whatever the truth is. Beth is clearly carrying information Rip doesn't have. And that could become explosive. Because Rip Wheeler hates one thing more than enemies, being lied to. If Beth is hiding secrets, Rip is hiding rage. And episode 7's trailer makes one thing clear, Rip Wheeler is done playing defense. We see him walking into a dark barn late at night. A man stands waiting. No words. No handshake. Only tension. Then suddenly. Why hide that scene? Because whatever happened in that barn, changes the war. Some fans believe Rip may secretly strike first. Don't wait. Not negotiate. Strike. And honestly, that sounds exactly like Rip Wheeler. When Rip feels threatened, he doesn't issue warnings. He sends messages. And there's a terrifying possibility here. What if Rip makes a move Beth never approved? What if he starts a war she cannot control? Because for all their love, Beth and Rip fight differently. Beth destroys enemies with strategy. Rip destroys enemies with force. Together, they are unstoppable. But separated, they become dangerous, even to each other. Every war has an enemy. But the episode 7 trailer keeps hiding the face of this one. That tells us something important. This isn't random. This is personal. Very personal. There's a scene where ranch workers suddenly stop talking when Rip walks past. Another moment where Beth notices someone watching her from a distance. And then, A quick shot of a familiar cowboy hat inside a truck. Could the enemy already be inside the Dutton circle? Someone trusted. Someone loyal once, but not anymore. Because betrayals on the ranch always hit hardest when they come from family, or someone treated like family. Imagine this, someone Rip trusted. Someone Beth underestimated. Someone waiting for the perfect time to strike. That would explain the trailer's biggest mystery, why Beth and Rip look so divided. Because it's hard to fight together, when trust itself becomes the battlefield. Here's the biggest prediction. Episode May 7th end with Beth and Rip standing together, but after losing something huge. Maybe land. Maybe trust. Maybe someone they love. The trailer repeatedly shows fire. Smoke. Destruction. That symbolism matters. Fire doesn't just destroy. It transforms. And maybe. That's exactly what this episode is about. Transformation. The end of one chapter. And the beginning of something far more dangerous. Because after episode 7, Beth and Rip may never be the same again. So what do you think? Who is behind the new war? What secret is Beth hiding? And can Rip protect the ranch, without losing himself in the process? Drop your theories in the comments below. And if you love Dutton Ranch theories, spoilers, and trailer breakdowns, subscribe now. Because this war, it is only just beginning. Night falls differently on the Dutton Ranch. Especially when danger is already waiting in the dark. The episode 7 trailer gives us only seconds of nighttime footage. But those seconds, they tell an entire story. Rip Wheeler riding alone. Fast. Too fast. No backup. No hesitation. Rip never rides like that unless something has already gone wrong. And then, a distant fire glows in the darkness. Small at first. But growing. Closer. Closer. Until suddenly, the trailer cuts. No explanation. No answers. Only fear. Could this be the moment the war officially begins? Or worse, could Rip be too late? Because episode 7 seems obsessed with one terrifying question: what happens when the people protecting the ranch can't stop what's coming? Beth Dutton has always been one step ahead. But sometimes, even smart people get ignored. There's a quick moment in the trailer where Beth appears furious inside a meeting room. She points towards someone off camera. Her expression? Pure anger. Not fear. Not sadness. Anger. And then, one sentence. Barely audible. That line matters. Because it means Beth already saw danger coming. She warned people. And nobody listened. But who ignored her? Rip? The ranch crew? Someone higher up? Whatever happened, Beth clearly feels betrayed. And betrayal? That's something Beth Dutton never forgives. Every war has a moment where peace disappears. For Rip Wheeler, this may be it. The trailer teases what looks like a brutal confrontation. Rain is pouring. Mud everywhere. A truck door slamming shut. And Rip walks forward like a storm. No fear. Whoever crossed that line, made a mistake. Because Rip Wheeler doesn't threaten. He finishes problems. The camera flashes between punches. Shouting. Broken glass. And then, a mysterious voice says, stayed out of what? A land deal? A betrayal? Or something much darker? Whatever it is, Rip is now personally involved. And that changes everything. Because when Rip fights for Beth, but what if this war costs Beth and Rip more than land? What if it costs trust? The trailer repeatedly separates them.